What's going on, guys? So today we're going to be talking about how do you know if a product has a patent on Amazon? How do you know if you can sell it, if you can't, what the rules are? So I'm going to explain to you what I do. Now, this isn't advice. I'm not a professional. Ask a professional because with patents, it varies so much. There's no answer. It's a lot of gray. So I'm going to show you what I do, not advice. So first off, let's just talk about kind of the different patents real quick. I have a couple notes. So it always depends. There's no, it needs to be 20% different than the other product. There's no set numbers like that. It's all based off of the claims. You could change 7 things on a product, and if the 8th thing you have is the same as the others, they could technically still come after you and sue you. Now, again, there's a lot of gray area. Will they get away with it? Maybe. There's no, you can sell this if it has this and this different. So if you don't know what patent is, pretty much means you own the rights to a certain product. Now, there's 2 different types of patents. There's a utility and then a design patent. Now, with a design patent, it's just what the product looks like, maybe what certain things are where on the product, how it's laid out. Utility is how it works. So if I have something where, okay, it presses this button and then it goes and does this, and this is the outcome, a utility patent would cover the way that product works. So no one else could do it the same way I do it. Now, patents, again, so much gray area here, so it's best to kind of consult a professional or at least do your own research because it's not worth getting into a patented product because there are a lot on Amazon. Now, you might notice a lot of things are patented, but it brings me to my next point, which is the lifetime of patents. So with a utility patent, generally it lasts 20 years. That's the lifetime, that's how long a patent can last. Now, sometimes with utility patents, the government can issue a 5-year kind of extended period of time. I'm not going to get into that. I don't know a ton about that. I just know that is plausible. And with a design patent, generally they're 14 years. Now, a lot of times people won't stick up with their patents. They have to pay fees along the way, have certain communications with the government. And if they don't keep up with that and they get a couple notices, their patent will be finished. It'll end because they don't pay their maintenance fees or certain things like that, which I'll show you in one second. So utility patent, generally 20 years. So you're probably thinking now, well, wouldn't like all products be patented? Well, a lot are. Certain things are definitely patented. But if something like a Frisbee 200 years ago was patented, not 200 years ago, let's just say 50 years ago was patented, well, great, it's not patented now. You can sell a Frisbee. Now, that's not going to be the case with all hot and new products as well. With Amazon, it's not usually hot and new products like a fidget spinner always. Again, that would be an old product. So a lot of them, it takes a while to file for a patent too, but if one's pending, I still wouldn't do it. So let me jump in and show you how I find patents, how I look through it, and what criteria I use. This is not advice. So first one is going to be one that a lot of people sent me during the summer because it is a hot product. It was selling well. It's not too competitive. It is now, and this is patented. So it is called an inflatable lounger. So the 2 websites I'm going to be using to look for patents are going to be uspto.gov. That's all you got to do. And you just search for here for patents. However, that's more official. I like using Google Patents. So if you search something like, let me show you what it would look like. Inflatable lounger. Now, the thing with searching for patents is you don't know what that person calls that product and has it patented under. I might be calling it an inflatable lounger and everyone else on Amazon might be calling it, but what if they're calling it an inflatable bed or a blow-up hammock or something along those lines? So I would Google just general the product with the word patent after it and then read some news, because if you just Google this one, I'll show you real quick. So if I just Google inflatable lounger patent, Google will tell me, okay, Strange Gear patent major consequences. I can see, okay, I can read this news. Okay, Fatboy USA, bigger company, filed for design patents. Okay, well, let's go try and find that and see if that's correct. So I did my research, I looked around for a little bit, and I found this patent. It's pretty easy. Again, it's under a strange name, but it's not going to be filed straight under the business name normally. It's sometimes to a DBA they have, so different names. So they have this, which is the name it's under, which would be Fatboy USA, and then they have this. So with this one, we can see, okay, let's look how different these products are. So we have all these different ones. So that looks pretty similar to me. Pretty similar. Don't see much of a difference. It blows up. It does the same thing. Pretty similar to me. Now, would this be patented? Yes, 100% this is patented. If you try to sell this, you would lose in a lawsuit, in my opinion. Folds up, it goes small. You bring it in, it captures all the air. Now, here is the description they give of it, which you can tell sometimes it won't have photos, a lot of times it will. The ornamental design for a chaise lounge, as shown and described. They describe it over here, and you can see kind of the other citations they have, so different features and different things for it and what they have. Now, with patents, we talked about it expiring, so one way to check is just right here, it will show you. So they filed for it, where did they file? Right here. So they filed in, 2015 in July, and 1 year later, it was granted to them. So you can see they filed for it right here. It was granted here. And right now, it's still active, it says. So if we want to go down on all the way down, usually there will be things down here that will say legal side of it. And let me show you on a different one. So obviously something like this is patented. You can read kind of what it does. Now this is for a design. I assume they also have a second patent on utility, which again is how it works. So, okay, there's a hole down here, you do it, it inflates, you flop it, whatever you do, and it inflates. Now, can you get a straight utility patent on something that general? I don't know, that's the gray area. But should you sell this? No. It's pretty obviously patented. Now the next, everyone's favorite, I'm not even gonna show it on Amazon because you guys know, fidget spinner. Now, there are so many different types of this that some new versions might be patented and might be different enough. But it's hard sometimes to get a patent on like a small change to an existing patent. So fidget spinner patent, I went for the normal one because I've read news on this and seen it. We can see right here that it was filed for in 1993. They had their patent and it ended up being expired, and it says fee related. So this is not an existing patent. Well, it's not an active patent anymore. It's an expired one. So if we go down to the very bottom, again, these are their claims saying what it is, how it works. They have their images of how it works as well. And if we go down to the bottom, you can see legal events. It says maintenance fee reminder. Okay, they didn't pay their fee, they got a reminder. They got another charge, they got a payment. And it says lapse for failure to pay maintenance fee. So they did not pay their maintenance fee in 2005. And then it expired due to failure to pay maintenance fee. So that's kind of how you can look at this, and you can see 1997 when they kind of got it right here, and all the things they added. So that would be an example of something that is expired in a patent, which is why you saw so many people selling it. And it being a trend even after it was around for so long, it didn't become popular again for a while. Now let me tell you my story of selling a patented product and when I messed up. So for myself, I ended up, when I was just starting, I started selling a faucet extender. Just like this, this pretty much, not exact design, but it was similar. Now, the patent owner, I do not believe is on Amazon right now, but it looked like this. This was their exact patent they kind of had, and I did not do my research here. I did not know this, so I was selling kind of the same thing. So with this, you can see the design right here. So it looks pretty much the same. Now, even if you add this little difference right here, cartoon character, that does not matter. You would still probably lose a lawsuit if you got sued for selling this. Now, is this different enough? I don't know. Maybe instead of silicone, it's plastic there. It's a little bit different shape. So it's hard to say. This is where it becomes a gray area. With their patents, I believe they have a design and a utility patent because they do claim how it works. They say, okay, the water comes down here and goes through this spout. So what if I added it so water comes down on this side and then water comes down on the opposite side? Would it still be patented and covered? That's the gray area we don't know. And you can see a lot of people playing around with different designs trying to change it. Because you can see this is swooped here. So people up here changed it a little bit here. So instead of the open mouth going over there, it's now here. So is that a big enough difference? We don't know. That's where you need a professional. And then they changed the sides so they're curved, which I doubt would make a difference on the patent. But this is a patented product. So what happened with my story on this, let's go to the patent and I'll just show you. So you can see this one's still active. They paid the fee and it's still up and going. So with the faucet extender, my story was, so I sold it for 2 months, and then they sent a message to everyone selling on Amazon saying, hey, this is a patented product. If you do not take your listing down and stop selling, we will pursue you. And I said, I'm a broke college kid. Don't sue me. Can I just sell out and then not sell anymore? Because I had inventory, I had no money, and I wanted to finish selling it, but I obviously didn't want to get sued, so I was going to take it off if I needed to. And they said, yes, that's fine, no issue. And it was on their way. Now, what you guys have to do is think about it from their side. It's going to cost them money to sue people. And if they're trying to sue someone like me, where I'm someone who maybe has $1,000, I'm a broke college kid, they're going to spend more in legal fees than pursuing me. So they just want me gone. They don't want to have to pursue me. But if I'm someone else who has more money and I'm a bigger company and I'm selling their stuff, they know they could get money. Now, if they sue me still, and I'm still me, I would lose a lot of money as well in legal fees, even if I won. So it's not something you want to get into, but you do have to look at it from their side. Now, the easiest thing to do on Amazon is just stay away from them in general. If you're not sure, either hire a professional to make 100% sure, which is kind of not possible because there's so many gray areas, or do your research yourself and then just go to a different product if you're not sure, because it's not worth the risk. Because you can get sued. Even if you have no money, they might want to use you as an example, sue you, just so to say, look, we sued this person for selling this, and use an example for everyone else on Amazon, because they sent those messages to this person was selling when I was selling, these two people were as well. I believe this is the patent owner right here. So it's not worth the risk. Now, what do you do if you're selling a patented product right now? Now, just because it's patented, obviously try and get out of it as soon as possible. But just because it's patented doesn't mean you're going to get sued right away. The person might not even look at people selling on Amazon if they own the patent. It could be an expired patent. They might not enforce it or care. Or they could, and they could come after you if they wanted to. So try and get rid of the product. I'd stop selling it as soon as possible. And if you get a message, just say, yep, I'll remove it, I'll stop selling it, because normally you will get a warning, but that's not guaranteed. Now, one thing you can, if there's a product you really want to sell and you know it's patented, you can send a message to the patent owner, which you can find on the patents. You can see their name, you can see the company name. You can message them and say, hey, I really want to sell your product, I like it. How about I give you $1 for each unit I sell, and we set up a deal like that. So it's like a royalty deal, or almost like licensing. And sometimes that will work if you want to do that. I personally have never done that, but it is an option. I know people who have. There are no real other ways around a patent without it being sketchy. Even if you make small changes, it's too much of a gray area. It's not worth straddling that line and playing there. So make sure you do your research or hire a professional. It's not too expensive to have them do a patent search if it's a product you really want to go after. So just be smart with it. Don't make that mistake and do your research. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you're interested in selling on Amazon and you want to learn more, I do have a course where you do get 2 free months of mentoring from me if you do join. It's a one-time purchase. You can watch the course as many times as you want. It never expires. You have it for life. So if you want, that will be the first link in the description, and I will see you guys tomorrow.